Okay, everybody. So, welcome back. This is Ian from Mindful Marketplace. It is the 11th of March, 2023. And I did a couple things last night that I wanted to share with those of you who are building, digital design studios, web design studios, or marketing consultancies using Card. I had the occasion last night I wanted to find a new template for kind of an offer for our therapist based community, folks who are therapists, mental health professionals, et cetera, for a project we have called Theralist, which is a service that we're selling ostensibly to mental health professionals. Anyway, so the themes that I've generally used for therapist landing pages using Card and testimonials is something like this one here, the "Hi, I'm Dr. Janet," and some other ones here. Like this is obviously a copy of that, but I actually found a theme last night that's really quite cool for therapists. That's my version of it. Let's see if I can find. Oh, it's this. And then in discovering this, I found a whole shit ton of other really cool card themes, which I want to share with those of you in our, card-oriented, course community. So let me see really quickly. You can see this is a pretty I mean, it's nice. Like, I like this. Do I love it? I don't love it, but I made a couple modifications to this that, especially in this area here, in the testimonial section. So if you go up here, you can see there's a link that's anchored to the testimonials where they just have this very generic, kind of whatever quotation, and like a random Andrew, Amelia, etc. Again, this is obviously just it's a template, right? So these aren't real testimonials. So what I did, let me show you really quickly, is okay. So here I turned that into a template, and let's just really quickly look at it. I made some changes to the fonts that I don't know that I love. These aren't the final fonts yet to use for this particular offer, but if you go to testimonials, I took that section, which before was just those little quotations and like random, you know, gibberish that that a therapist ostensibly would add there about their own, kind of endorsements from their clients, and just added a testimonial widget, right? So folks can actually see a, entire wall of love on that page. And then you have, my story, and you have all these other anchors that work. Book an appointment, my services, right? I mean, I don't love the fonts, and I don't love some of the, the color scheme, which I'm going to change as well. But you can see, I mean, it's a pretty, let's look at this one here. Right. I mean, these are all my additions, right? So, you saw the core. Let's see if I have that. Yeah, it's here. So theirs just looks a little bit different than the modifications that I made. But again, this is a template that's, all the heavy lifting and the design work was done by the, template author. And I found all these other templates, which are also very cool, including this one here, which is obviously where I got that from, that I hadn't seen before. So some of these I've actually used, like you've seen, many of the templates that I use are from work. They actually don't sell templates anymore. I think this dude now does a lot of the design work for Card themselves. I forget his name, but I had a little bit of a online kind of relationship with him on Twitter. The guy actually, I think his name is Lawrence, and he quit Twitter. But a really great designer, and his themes are awesome. But these are all relatively new to me, and I've just been making some modifications to these. Again, as you can see with something like this, I would obviously, swap out those pictures for these, right? Again, like I'm just fucking around, part of my language, with different, kind of, placeholder images. The other one that I found that I really like from that dude is, let me see if I go back, is there's another actual theme that he created, same dude, same guy, that I actually like as well, although I don't like all of the, there's a little too much here, but I made some edits to this last night as well, which is, kind of like a very, brutalist, kind of, I like this. I just like I like the look of this, although certainly this is more for an artsy kind of profile page than it would be for a, businessy page. Again, I made that edit. This is a NFT, a piece of Mid-Journey art that I used to create an NFT. But I'm just using placeholder text. I just happen to like this style a little bit because it's kind of artistic and a little bit different. And again, I didn't create this; he did, right? I just made, these. I changed my name to, from his or whatever, and you can obviously, do all this stuff here. Like you can say, right, and then you just kind of have this like kind of graffiti type landing page using card, which too many words. You get the point. All right. Anyway, I really, again, really the core idea here is, taking something like this and changing the testimonials. That's a really appealing offer to somebody, right? Where they have this like all their products and then all the testimonials for their products, including their own counseling, right there under, the services, and all of these are anchored, to their own sections within the card where people can book an appointment, etc. All took me the better part of 9 minutes with, a glass of wine. And I'm not a designer, right? A lot of folks who are watching the card content that I've created anyway are much more skilled at card than I am. So this will take you much less time than it'll take me. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with those of you who are still paying attention to the card-oriented content that I've recorded. Really is a great platform for selling web design, for selling services, and for acquiring clients that you can really give a great, kind of bump in their online branding or online, sort of, kind of the way they're presenting themselves. Again, something like this testimonial offer is much better than just having, the previous version, which you saw before, which is this. I mean, that looks, that's just nothing. That does nothing for the therapist or the, whoever it is that you're catering to. This is just so generic to be meaningless. It just doesn't do anything. No one's going to look at this client feedback section with a, styled for, 8 words and be like, oh, I really want to hire that person. But they certainly, something like this, especially with a really nicely designed wall of love, would look fantastic with testimonials that are directly related to these particular services that this person is selling. Okay. Hope that makes sense. If you have questions, as always, feel free to ask. And if you're interested in joining our little card cohort for learning how to use a card in your own brand and business as a designer, marketer, consultant, etc., feel free to check that out as well. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Thank you as always for watching, and have a wonderful day.